Hello, hello. So you've downloaded your chart. You have this on your screen. What are you looking at? So the purpose of this video is I'm just going to take you through really quickly where to start and what to look at when you download this from my website. So I do have a different training which takes you through all the anatomy of the chart, all the different names and everything. But I'm just going to take you through simply what you're looking at here. So this centerpiece is the body graph chart, and all of the information below is basically the information in your chart pulled out in words so that you can start to understand it without having to know what all of this means. Now, eventually, depending on how far you go with your human design journey, every single center, line, number, planet, whether it's colored in, not colored in, is going to give you additional information. But the starting point is to work your way through these descriptions here. Now, the reason the date is always put here is just to double check you have put in the right date. Um, because sometimes we get mixed up between AM, PM, and sometimes it does make a difference. So don't worry necessarily about it, but just double check you have put in the right one. Now, human design is linear, so we do teach it in a kind of hierarchy, and each individual piece here is a tiny, tiny little snapshot just to get you started, just to start you getting used to the terms, the terminology, the names, so you can actually have a quick reference of what people are talking about when you then start to go deeper into your journey. So the first thing that we would look at is type. So there's 5 types across the chart. Manifestor, generator, manifesting generator, projector, reflector. So this is the first piece that you're going to be working on getting to grips with. What does that mean for you? Now, once you've downloaded my chart, you'll also get an email which has a little video of more information for each type. So that's something you can dive into straight away. You can have a little look and watch the video. If you're in my Facebook group, the videos are also in the Facebook group. They're also in my learning hub, and they're also on the email you get. So what you're going to do is actually just get to grips with, as an overview, an overarching view, what does being a generator mean? What does being a projector mean? What does being a manifesting generator mean? Because we have to start somewhere. These are the foundations, if you like, of what we're going to then layer in all of the other things until we get the nuance together of everything that is held in your chart, in your design. So as we move through, once you've kind of got your head around the what type you are, each type has its own strategy. So you'll hear the word strategy a lot. Like, what is your strategy? A generator's strategy is to respond. A projector's strategy is to wait for the invitation. So what we're really trying to do here is dig out the piece of information where combined the strategy and the authority is going to help you with your decision making. So the strategy and the authority combined are your kind of best decision making tools. So the authority actually lets you know which one of these centers is guiding your decision making. Which one of the centers is the energy behind how you make your decisions? Now, I have an emotional authority. So for me, it is this center over here, which is helping to guide my decisions. Now, in this particular made up example, it is a sacral authority. So we have this center here guiding the decisions. If you are a splenic authority, it is the spleen over here guiding the decision. So when you combine the strategy and authority, it's giving you additional information as to how you are best designed to make decisions. So you will find for the majority of people, it's actually got nothing to do with the mind. It's got nothing to do with up here. The signals come from the body. So that's what these first 2 things are helping you to do. And so you will find people using terms such as how to tune in to your sacral authority. How do you listen to your splenic authority? You'll hear people talk about the strategy. You'll talk about people here saying, I'm designed to respond. I'm designed to wait for the invitation. I'm designed to inform. So these are the first three bits that you'll hear people talk about all the time. Okay, so they're the first bits to just get your head round when you download your chart, and then you can start to see what does that really mean for you, and how do you start applying those things to your everyday life to make using your energy easier. Okay, so everything in human design is really about how you use your energy. So what we're trying to do with this decision making process is it's trying to help you to know the best use of your energy, and it's trying to guide you to use your energy the most wisely so that you don't get burnt out, so that you do follow your joy, so that you are, a lot of different terms to describe the same thing, but living in alignment. What is the easiest path for you? What is the best way for you to use your authority, your energy? So these three things is what you will hear people talk about all the time. Your type, your strategy, your authority. So that's where you can start when looking at your chart. Now, the single definition, it's on the chart, but it's not something you need to worry about straight away. It will make more sense later. So all of the stuff on this chart, as you go through your human design journey, every time you come back to this, you'll be like, like that bit makes more sense now. Because as you start to layer it all together, you get the fuller picture. So the definition, what it actually means is on the chart, on the body graph chart in the center, anything that is colored in means it's a defined center, means that is where you are generating your own energy. So that's why we say it's consistent, because it's consistent to you. It's the way that your body generates energy in those centers has a consistent way of behaving, acting based on the gates that you have activated in that chart, in that center. Anything here which is white means it's undefined. It's where energy is coming into the system. Now, the way a center becomes defined is because two gates are activated on either side. So you cannot have a defined center unless there are two gates opposite each other with the channel making the channel, right? So here, this center is defined because it's connected by the 3 and the 60. This center is defined because of that, but also because of this channel here, because of this channel here. This center is defined because of this chat, because of those two channels, right? So what those channels do is they, within this system, the energy can flow between these three defined centers. Okay, they can move, the energy can flow down the channels between these centers. Now, if you were to have these two up here defined, the energy would flow between these two, but they wouldn't be connected to these three down here. And so these three will be having a little conversation with each other. And these two will be having a little conversation with each other. And so if you have that in your chart, where it says single definition, instead it will say split definition. So here it says all your defined centers are connected to each other, so energy flows consistently between them, and this helps you to process information faster and more self-sufficiently, right? So the energy that you have in your body consistently being generated all talks to itself with no outside interaction. Now, I have a split definition, which is what I said. If there's another system going on up here, but they don't talk to each other without some kind of additional energetic input. So that's what that means. It's all around whether your defined centers are connected to each other or there's a gap between them, is basically what I was trying to say. Now, how that plays out and what that means for you is something you'll probably look at later on in your human design journey. Your profile, you will hear people say, what am I? I'm a 2-6. I'm a 2-4. I'm a 3-5. I'm a 5-1. So this is the start of understanding your profile. I have a whole blog on this, which again I put in the group. You can go and read on my website. It's starting to look at in more detail the energy that is kind of coming into your world as your personality. Like it's the energy that kind of shows up and guides who you are and how you move through the world. So each of us, there's 12 profiles. And there's different combination of the numbers and how those combination of the numbers plays out differently. So that is the profile, and this is the first little bit that you would start to look at. And as you go down your human design journey, those numbers then start to influence other things. So if you decide to start looking at human design to help with your business, for example, these numbers, whether you're a 3, a 5, a 1, a 2, a 4, they're going to have their own energy as to how they will play out in your business as well as your life. So that is something that you would start looking at as well. Now, the incarnation cross that we've got here, this is kind of your life theme. So without going into too much detail, all of the planets down the side, so all of this down the side is the planets. And the reason your chart is the way it is based on where those planets were at the time of your birth. And based on where those planets were, that is what activated the gate in the center. So something that is not immediately obvious is when you look at everybody's body graph chart, the 64, 61, 63, 47, 24, 4, they're all in the same place in everybody's chart. Okay, where the actual numbers are in this centerpiece, they're all in the same place. But what's different is whether or not the planets activated it or not. So wherever you see like the color, that's because here the sun has activated gate 21, it's turned it on. The earth has activated gate 48, it's turned it on. Your north node has activated gate 63, it's turned it on. Now it's actually turned it on both sides. Again, this is not something you need to know straight away, but you have a personality side, a mind side, which is the stuff that you are generally more conscious of. You have the design side, which is the body side, which is something you're often on your unconscious side, so something that you're not as conscious of. So that again is something you would dive into much deeper in your human design journey as to whether the things and the gates that you're looking at in your chart are on the conscious side or are on the unconscious side. Okay, but this incarnation cross, you'll see there's 4 numbers here: 21, 48, 54, 53. That is showing you these top 4 planets: your conscious sun and earth, your unconscious sun and earth. Because the planets, again, everything has a hierarchy. The planets also have a hierarchy of how much influence they have over your design. So those top 2 on this side, top 2 on this side have the most influence. So as a combination of those 4, that is what is called your incarnation cross. Because as a, when you mix certain things together, it's going to have a certain theme to it. And that is where that comes from. So when you look at the gene keys, if you go down I'm going to do another video on this, your kind of life purpose, your theme is really highly determined by these 4 gates and how that comes together. So this is, again, it's just starting you off on that little piece. And if that's something that you're really interested in and you want to go down that path, then you can really start to look at what does it mean to have that specific combination of those 4 gates. And that's also where the gene keys can really come in and actually help you with that. Now, as we go down, You then find the signature and the not self theme. So I mentioned already your strategy and your authority, which is helping you to know how you are designed to best kind of make decisions and how to move through things. Now, what this signature and not self theme is trying to show you is how you can tell if you're on track or not. Like, are you in alignment or not? Were you following your strategy and your authority? Now, each type has their own version of this again. So, if you're a manifester, you would find you have peace written here, and your not self theme is anger. Um, and if you're a projector, you would find your not self theme is bitterness. So, it's different for each type. So, this signature and not self theme is directly related to your type, okay? And it shows you whether or not you have been or have not been following your strategy and your authority. It shows you where you're out of alignment. Now, it's often more easy or easier to know when you're out of alignment. So for a generator, if you're feeling frustration, that's your sign, that's your not self theme, that's your sign that you're using your energy on the wrong things, that you've said yes to something that should have been a no. Um, and so, what we were trying to do with following our strategy and our authority was using our energy in the best way. Now, if we're using our energy in a way that we're not designed for, if we're using our energy in a way that just isn't right for us, that's when, as a generator, you would get really frustrated. Now, as a manifestor, you'd get really angry. As a projector, you would feel bitter. Um, as a manifesting generator, it's kind of a mix of the frustration and the anger. It kind of is mixed together. Now, what the signature is telling us is how we will feel when actually we were in alignment. But like I said, it's often easier to notice when we're out of alignment. Like I know when I'm frustrated straight away. I've said yes to something I should have said no to. I started something I didn't actually have the energy for, and I'm getting really frustrated. And sometimes I get angry because I'm the manifesting generator, so I'm a mix of the two. So this again is like your alignment cue. Like anything that you start to notice the frustration, you go back a step. You go back a step and you're okay. In this particular case, as a generator, where was my response off? When did I not follow my sacral? Okay. So that's what that piece is. Now, these last three pieces you often don't find um, on a human design chart: your digestion, your design sense, and your environment. But for me, I've found these three pieces of information very, very useful. So I've added them in. They're often like the last part that you would look at when you start looking at human design, because actually there's so much other information in all of the chart. You know, each of the centers, how does it affect you, whether each center is defined or undefined, each of the gates, all of the channels, which planetary activation have you got here? These little pieces are often not really talked about. But like I said, for me, they really help me. So these three last pieces on the chart you get from me are actually determined from the arrows. You know, you're probably looking, thinking, what are those little numbers? What are those little numbers? Those little numbers all mean something. Everything on this chart means something. But what this chart does is it's pulled out from those variables at the top and told you your digestion, your design sense, your environment. Now, they are the most sensitive to the actual time you were born and can change the most. So if you don't know what time you were born, these might change. So use these as a guide and lean into them. And if it's something that you're interested in, and you're like, I really want to know about my digestion, there's 6 different digestions with 2 variations for each of the 6. So like calm has 2 variations. I'm around light. So it's either indirect or direct. There's two variations of the light. So have a play and have a see, but don't like hone in on this and make this the biggest part of everything. Because if you're not following everything else in this chart, these things won't make any difference. They won't matter. Okay. But what we're doing here, digestion is like it says, everything that comes into the system. So, how you digest food or information, and it gives you a little extra piece of information around how you're best designed to do that. Okay. The design sense is, see, I really like this one. So, we all have all of the senses, taste, touch, smell, sight, etc., etc. We all have all of them. But what this is telling you is which one of yours is cranked up to the max. Which one of yours has this extra sense to it? Which one has this, is turned up? Which one of all your senses is turned up? And then the last one is the environment. So it's actually helping you to understand like which actual environment is best for you energetically. Where do you best shine in terms of your energy? Um, and when you add all these together with everything else you can really start to tune into you more. So you might be trying to make a decision, you might be trying to do something. And if you're feeling out of balance or you're feeling, frustrated, putting yourself in the environment that best supports you is going to help give you that extra little piece of information. So that's why they're on the chart. Now, like I said, there's six of each. And then because it then also depends which direction your arrow is facing, if it's left or right, it then has a nuance around it. Okay. Um, so that's why I've put them on the chart, but they are not going to get you anything in themselves unless you are following the rest of it. So that's a quick-ish, nothing with human design is ever quick. A quick-ish starting point for when you first download your chart on my website. Now, all of these pieces I can go into. There is a reading, there is a free training on the direction of these arrows, which can help you with knowing whether you are more kind of traditional left facing organization structure or you need to be a bit more free flowing. That's called planning by design. And as you move through your journey, you'll start to want to layer on over the top what all of these centers mean, what all of the gates mean, what all of the channels mean, what all of the planetary alignments mean. Because this little piece of information here that might already be blowing your mind with, oh my God, like, yes, this is me, this is why I do that, or maybe this is why I'm feeling out of alignment, or like this little few paragraphs here is literally the tip of the iceberg. The full information that is in this chart that can support you through everything you do in your life, your business, your relationships, how you interact with others, how to best use your energy, your natural genius, your natural skill sets, where energy might be coming into the system to knock you off track, and sort of how do you tune out all the noise and tune out all the clutter. So once you actually start getting into it, I don't think I know anyone really who's just left it alone and not gone down the rabbit hole of actually understanding what it means for you, because that's the key. The information itself, oh, I'm a generator. Oh, I'm designed to respond. Oh, I have a sacral response. Oh, I'm a 6-2. That in itself is not the magic of human design. The magic of human design is knowing what that means for you and putting that into action on a day-to-day basis. So that's then what I try and do through all of the other things that I kind of encompass in what I do is we need to get you the information so that you can start to understand it from a factual point of view. But the magic happens and the differences happen when you actually start to use the information in a real life, tangible, daily, actual application. Like, what does it mean to be a generator? What does it mean? So I'm going to stop talking now. because otherwise I will carry on forever. But I hope that gives you a real clue as to where do you start when you've downloaded your chart and you're reading it on my website.